Hey boys and girls, you're going to need your whiteboards for this first part of the lesson, so go ahead and grab them out. You can click pause until then, and then play when you have them ready. Okay, so look at the problem on the board. It says you want to buy a toy that costs 48 cents. Which coins would you use to pay for it? So on your whiteboard, you're going to draw 48 cents using pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. Go ahead and pause the video until you have drawn 48 cents. All right, did you do 48 cents? Let's look at how we could do 48 cents. Now I'm going to do it a couple ways. There are other ways that you can make 48 cents, but remember, we do not want to draw 48 pennies because that is so much work and it's really easy to make mistakes if you draw that many pennies. Okay, so if I do 48 cents, I can start with my quarter because I know a quarter is 25 cents. So I'm going to draw a quarter. Okay, now 25 cents. Now, I can't use another quarter because that would be 50 cents and that's too much. So here's 25 cents. Another dime, if I use a dime, would be 35 cents. I could use another dime for 45 cents. And then if I use another dime, that'd be 55, and that's too much. So now I'm going to use pennies. There'd be 46, 47, 48. Okay, so there's one way. If you did that way on your whiteboard, give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. That equals 48 cents. Now, another way I could draw dimes, 10, 20, 30, 40. And for 48, I could use one nickel to make 45, and then 46, 47, 48. There's another way that most of you might have done because you like to count by dimes since that's 10. There are many other ways that you could have made 48 cents. So if you did something different, that's okay, but that's the only two that I'm going to do as your examples. Go ahead and erase your whiteboards as I'm erasing my board. Make sure your marker is capped tightly on your marker so it doesn't dry out. You'll need that throughout virtual learning. And then you can put your whiteboard and marker to the side. You won't need that again during this lesson, I don't think. Okay. Now, remember this question we talked about last week from Evaluate. It says Kina has 27 cents. So you have to figure out from those amount of coins, how much is 27 cents, what coins we would use. So we just talked about how a quarter is 25 cents, right? So you would use a quarter. And then another quarter is too much. That'd be 50. If we used a dime, 25, 35, that's too much. If we use a nickel, 25, 30, that's too much. So we would use pennies, and we're at 25, 26, 27. So that's what you should have circled on your Evaluate question when it asks you to find the specific amount of coins. All right. So today we will find the exact change we would receive after buying 3 items from the store by using the counting up strategy for subtraction, because we need to be able to check if we get the right amount of change back when we go to the store and buy things. And you're going to be successful by counting up from how much it costs to how much we paid, and then you'll write the change down on the line. Okay, so let's look what that looks like. So from this store, I'm buying an orange, okay? And it tells me right here that an orange, oops, if that would go away. It tells me that an orange costs 18 cents and I paid a quarter. So if I'm paying a quarter, I know a quarter is 25 cents. So I'm going to start at the smallest amount and I'm counting up until I get to 25 cents. So let me show you what that looks like after I write that. So that's 25 cents, just so my brain remembers where to stop. So I'm going to start at 18. I'm giving a fist for 18 because I am not counting up yet. So if I'm at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. How many did I count to get to 25? Well, I counted 7. So I got 7 cents in change. Or to draw that out, here's 7 cents. Or I could draw a nickel and 2 pennies. You're going to do this on the screen with me. I want to make sure that even though we can't necessarily hear you, please count with us so that your brain and your fingers are doing these motions so that when you're on your own doing this, you're able to do it by yourself, okay? So we're going to buy a pepper from the store, and a pepper costs 24 cents. We paid with a quarter, and we know a quarter is how many cents? That's right, a quarter is 25 cents. So if I'm starting at 24, put your fist up for 24. We're going to count until we get to 25. Here's 24, 25. Oh, we're at 25. We stop. How many cents do we get back in change? We're getting 1 cent back in change. So I can write 1 cent, or we know that that is a penny, right? All right, let's try the next one. So we're buying an apple from the store. I love apples so much. Okay. An apple is 12 cents, and we paid a dime and a nickel. So a dime is 10 cents, and a nickel is 5 cents. So a dime plus a nickel, 10 plus 5 would be 15. So we're starting at 12, and we're counting up to 15. Everybody put your fists up, please. This counts as 12. So here's 12, 13, 14, 15. Stop, because we got to 15. How many did we count? That's right. We counted 3 cents. Or we can write that 3 pennies. All right, guys, let's try the next one for corn. I love corn too. Corn costs 15 cents, and now we're using 2 dimes to pay for this. So a dime is 10 cents. If we're using 2, that would be 10, 20. So 20 cents for this. Now, I start at 15. Everybody put your fists up. Here's 15. And let's count and stop it when we get to 20. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we would get 5 cents back in change. Or we could write that as a nickel, because they're going to give us the actual coin back. They're not going to say, well, here's the number 5. We're going to actually get a nickel back. So it's best to just draw that coin. All right, the last one on this practice, we're going to do a tomato. A tomato is 20 cents from our store, and we're going to pay with 2 dimes and a nickel. So we just did 2 dimes. 2 dimes is 20, and if we add a nickel to that, it's 5, so 20, 25. We're paying 25 cents. All right, so let's start at 20. Put your fists up. Here's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We're stepping at 25, and I had 5 fingers up. So I'm going to put 5 cents, and just like the problem above with the coin, we can use a nickel because a nickel is worth 5 cents. All right, so how you're going to be successful, remember, you're going to count up from how much it costs to how much we paid, and then you'll write the change down. I wrote the amount we got back and then the coins, because that helped my brain remember before I had to figure out how many coins we got. Okay, so this is on your canvas. You're going to click next, and you're paying for crayons, which are 35 cents, and you pay with 4 dimes. So write your change in this box for the top one. And then you're going to pay for folders. This costs 19 cents, and you pay with a quarter. So figure out how much 4 dimes are and a quarter is. And then for 4 folders for 19 cents and you're paying a quarter, you're going to write how much you got change here. So remember, that's on Pear Deck, and you'll click next to get there on Canvas. Good job today, guys. We love you.